What up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Talkin Ish with Tony Delerme, and I'm your boy, of course, Tony Delerme. And today, man, I wanted to talk my ish about the rumored album that's supposed to be coming out this coming February with J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. Now, in case you've been living under a rock, this past Black Friday, everybody and their grandmama was dropping music and dropping free mixtapes like, I believe Chris Brown, Trey Songz, Lil Bibby, Yo Gotti. Everybody was dropping free mixtapes and just music. I think Rich Homie Quan dropped some music as well. But the talk of the town was the music that dropped from Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. Now, in case you didn't hear, J. Cole remixed Kendrick Lamar's All Right song, and Kendrick Lamar remixed J. Cole's A Tale of Two Cities. But people have been more so speaking of the J. Cole remix of Kendrick Lamar's song All Right, because at the end of the song, he hinted towards the fact that this February, they both may be dropping a joint album together. And in hinting it, he used reverse psychology. He said it wasn't dropping, which in essence means it is dropping. But if you listen to the lyrics more carefully of what J. Cole said, J. Cole said, this February, shit's gonna get scary when I fuck around and drop, and then it centers out whatever that project is. He didn't say when we drop. He says when I drop. So in my personal opinion, man, I think that this coming up this year, 2016, J. Cole is actually going to go for back-to-back rings. And what I mean by that is he's going to drop his solo project in February, and then after that solo project drops, that's when the J. Cole Kendrick Lamar album is going to drop. And I say that because, like I said, if you break down the lyrics of what he said, he didn't say we, he said I. He said when I fuck around and drop. And if you're looking at J. Cole's career thus far, he continuously reinvents himself every time he puts out a new album and puts out a new project. He always promotes it in different ways, and he's at the point in his career where he doesn't really have much to prove. If you break down his albums, in a chronological order, the first album was more of his backstory from where he started to where he was now, which was at the point of making his first album and finally getting into the game. His second album was his life in the rap game thus far. And the third album was a reflection piece. It was a reflection on his life, his childhood, everything that led up to the rap game, and essentially his kind of displeasure with the rap game and with the music industry in general, with just how fake it is and how it kind of removes you from society, right? So at this point in J. Cole's career, we have gotten he's given us as much of his story as he can. That's all we've been getting is J. Cole's story, J. Cole's story, J. Cole's story. I think on this coming up project, he's going to do something that I've been waiting for him to do for a long time, and that's just simply spaz out on an album. Meaning he's going to let other people take the reins of production, and he's just going to simply get on the tracks and spaz out and show that I am the best lyricist in the game. Now, I do think that the album will have substance to it. He will touch on strong subject matters. I don't think J. Cole will ever make an album that's just complete bullshit about nothing, but I do strongly feel he will make an album in which he is going to spaz all the way out in the same way Sci-Hi the Prince did when he dropped, I believe it was called the Black History Project 2 Februaries ago. If you recall back to then, in my personal opinion, the Black History Project by Sci-Hi the Prince is a classic mixtape. That is a classic. I love that mixtape to death because Sci-Hi the Prince spazzed out. And he spazzed out, but it was still a socially conscious album. He still touched on strong subject matters. People think that you can't be lyrically profound and hard-hitting with the rhymes and talk about, this substance-filled content at the same time, and that's wrong. You can. Sci-Hi the Prince did it, and I believe that that's what J. Cole's going to do. I believe that J. Cole in 2016 is going to do something he's never done before, and that's drop 2 projects in the same year. He's going for back-to-back rings. He's looking at Drake and Future and saying, if these guys can do it, I can do it. I'm a hell of a lot better than these guys. I'm way more lyrical than these guys, and I have the fan base to do so. So that's what I think is coming up. I think next year, like I've been saying, J. Cole is going to drop his solo album in February, in which he spazzes out and proves that he's the best lyricist in the game. And then afterwards, he's going to drop the Kendrick Lamar J. Cole album. And I'm even going to go out on a further limb and say that I think that he might even drop both albums in the same month. And I say that because I think it would be silly for them to miss the February mark in terms of dropping their collaboration album together. The J. Cole album, or I should say the J. Cole Kendrick Lamar album, if it's going to drop next year, it has to drop in February. It has to drop on Black History Month. I mean, that just makes sense. And really, I would hope the way J. Cole plays this is that the Kendrick Lamar J. Cole album drops in February, and then he puts his solo album out. I hope that's how he plays it, but I don't think it's going to play out like that. I think it's going to be the opposite. And like I said, I'm hopeful that he at least drops both in February, because if the J. Cole Kendrick Lamar album doesn't drop on Black History Month, I really think that's going to kind of hurt them, because it just makes sense. Why wouldn't you drop it on Black History Month? And we all know what to expect from those two brothers, man. We know they're going to come with hard-hitting lyrics. We know they're going to come with the socially conscious message. They're going to come with the Black Power fist in the air. And I feel that the game is really thirsty for that right now. We've been getting a lot of just nonsense like Future and Drake all of 2015. And trust me, I like those guys just like everybody else. I bump Future and Drake in the whip just like you do. But you got to have that balance, man. And a J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar project is the yin to Future and Drake's yang, right? You know, that only makes sense. It only makes sense for that project to come out. And it really only makes sense for us to get like a double dose of it. We need J. Cole's solo project, and we need the joint collaboration album between J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. And honestly, they should top the year off with a fucking Kendrick Lamar album at the end of the year, just to completely dominate 2016 the way in which Future and Drake dominated 2015. We need that balance in the game. I think that people are very thirsty for that balance, and I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm really looking forward to what 2016 has to bring, and that's pretty much it, man. So I'm your boy Tony Delerme. Thanks for listening to me talk my ish for a little bit, man. If you're listening to this on SoundCloud, be sure to follow me on SoundCloud. If you're listening to this on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I'm your boy Tony Delerme. I am out.